The topic we'll be covering today is production line. Production line is a product layout dedicated to combining the components of a good or service that has been created previously. Production lines were pioneered by Henry Ford and are vital to economic prosperity and are the backbone of many industries such as automobiles and appliances. Their efficiencies and lower costs make goods and services affordable to the mass markets. Our primary example of a production line is the assembly of a bicycle from the beginning order from the customer to the process of developing the product to the delivery of the final product to the customer. We present to you the bike shop. Yo, what's up, man? Welcome to the bike shop.
Hey, can I get a bike?
Yeah, dude, let's go check them out.
Alright, cool. I wonder how bikes are made.
Hey, I could actually show you right now if you want.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Alright, let's go.
Assembly line balancing is a technique to group tasks among workstations so that each workstation has, in the ideal case, the same amount of work. Production line has three variables. Product variety, which means that the factory or manufacturer is able to produce one product in different varieties of shape, size, and color, without reconstructing the production line completely. In our company, the bike shop, we are able to produce a bicycle in another color, shape, or size to customer specifications. Another is equipment flexibility, which means that the assembly line is only able to work for one product. We are only able to make bicycles. We are not able to make a motorcycle from our production line. The bicycle is for physical training and transportation purposes, and typically can only be moved by manpower, whereas the motorcycle can be used for transportation, but it runs from horsepower, which is the engine. The last is volume, which means how many products can be made from the production line. We are able to make multiple bicycles in a given day, whereas when constructing a bicycle, it would take much longer to complete.
There are many advantages for a company to set up a production line. One benefit is hiring semi-skilled laborers. As you can see in our video, our workers are college students. They have little skill and very little experience in the real world, but are able to complete the process at a good pace. Each individual only needs to be proficient in one aspect of the production line. For example, we have seen one person assemble the back tire, and when that was done, the bicycle was passed along to another person that was proficient at inserting the front tire. The bicycle then gets passed along to another person that is good at construction one part, and so forth until the process is completed. Production line workers only need a couple of tools and components, which saves us a lot of time. This setup allows for mass production at a high rate compared to other processes like the project process. But with advantages also come disadvantages. One being the high initial investment to set up a production line. A lot of machines are usually used to run a production line, which does make the process easier for our workers, but the company will have to pay a good amount to set it up. One more disadvantage is even though we are mass producing at a high rate, it is almost impossible to alter the final product. There is no sense of variety in our products when it comes to mass production. This also leaves us open to poor quality control. As you can see, our college students were able to construct a bicycle, but what you don't know is that the front wheel of that bicycle is missing its brakes because our student was feeling the pressure of quickly assembling their part. The production line requires a lot of repetitive steps and a quick pace, but bad quality control can reflect negatively for a company.
But the production line doesn't stop there. We see it in our lives all the time. An example would be in your kitchen. When you make a sandwich, you take 3 steps to complete this process. You get the bread, you spread the jelly, and you combine the slice. This is the basic form of production line. Another everyday life example is how we dress. We follow the same process to get dressed, but we have limited selection of clothing such as different shirts, pants, shoes. This is an example of product variety in a production line. The most common example of a production line in a business setting is a car manufacturing. Each worker assembles one part of the car until the car is completely finished. Even the shoes you are wearing now were produced using a production line. Even restaurants such as Subway and Chipotle incorporate the production line process to create a meal.
Alright, so that's how your bike's made, man. We call that production line.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks, production line.